If you've been under a rock for like 11 months and 3 weeks, you didn't know that 2024 was a wild year for artificial intelligence, all kinds of new enhancements from almost all the major technology companies. The question, of course, is what happens next year? That is the focus of today's Tech Check with Kate Rooney, live and in person, who joins us now at Post 9. It's good to see you in person.
Great to see you guys in person. So that is the big question. But one thing we do know for sure is that the bar is going to be really high for AI. Next year in 2024, we did have this constant barrage of AI updates and news. Tech giants kept kind of one-upping each other with better features. There are a lot of questions over whether this pace of innovation that we've seen can continue. That's what I talked to Goldman's chief information officer about, Marco Argenti. He handles the bank's AI efforts. He spent the bulk of his career at Amazon Web Services and Nokia back in the mobile boom. One way he says AI and these models can keep improving is by using different types of data to train off of. So these have really been trained so far as if they essentially read every book in the world's biggest library. The metaphor Argenti used was that this tech is like a kid that was raised in a library. Next year, AI might go out into the wild.
What if we make them interact with sensory data, with vision data, with, like basically opening that door of the library and making this child walk into the real world? And I think this creation of world models, like they're called generally in the industry, where you combine multimodal information that is not only text, but is also videos, but is also sensory data. It might be temperature, it might be anything you can perceive around you, could actually unlock the next level of capabilities.
As that starts to expand, the thought is that this tech will ultimately get even smarter, but there are a ton of challenges. One of them, Brian, you'll be interested, is power consumption. These models are expensive to train. Companies are set to spend at least $150 billion next year on AI capex. Some estimate it's as high as $200 billion. Argenti predicts that those outside of big tech, companies outside of big tech, will really start to deploy these next year. That's certainly what Wall Street wants to hear. Any sign of margin and productivity improvements would be welcome to the AI bull case. He also thinks we're heading into a new hybrid workforce. AI agents essentially working alongside people, more AI experts with very specific industry knowledge, and then these large language models, they may get commoditized. He described it as many cars with fewer engines, those engines being the underlying models, guys.
So what are the investment implications out of this? Like, what should you do at home?
So one thing to watch is earnings. So that's the AI bull case has been that they're spending a lot, but they've gotten this hall pass because there's this long-term potential. I would say the risk and the thing to watch in 2025 that would affect the stocks is if there's no signal of a return on investment. If there's just no sign, no light at the end of the tunnel. Amazon's a great example of this. They've been able to show a multi-billion-dollar run rate in terms of revenue for AI. So that's one thing that can kind of keep the party going. I would say, again, around earnings season, margin expansion, some sort of productivity improvement. If that does not start to happen, I do think there's going to be more cracks in the AI story. And it's something you hear in Silicon Valley all the time, that there's sort of this acknowledgement that there's a bubble, but when will it burst? I think evaluations are something really to watch.
Breaking out AI business has been a trend. IBM does it now, Salesforce talking about orders, that sort of thing.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to watch.
Kate, thank you very much.